to be very considerate and all like that, and apparently it doesn't mean shit, so okay. Now, why don't you just go fuck yourself, and I'll just be over here doing what I do.
Oh, gosh.
You shit lady. First hand. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Let's lead at it.
I kind of wish my new Squishmallow was bigger. That little heart one.
I am aware.
Because he's so cute, I want to snuggle him. And I tried to sleep with him, and it was weird. It was so little. I tucked him now. I had him. I did sleep with him one night.
I mean, never stopped you before.
No.
Okay. I think we want to be here.
Oh, those fruit snacks were so amazing. Welch's really makes the best fruit snacks.
It's like they're in the fruit business.
Hands down. And the best ones, their texture, their flavor.
Getting a review of fruit snacks, people. Buckle up.
Huh?
So we're getting a review of fruit snacks for anybody here, so buckle up.
This is what happens when I'm stoned and on Benadryl.
Apparently. He actually found a 20 NL.
Why are you staring at me?
Speaking to the dog now. No, thank you.
Then what are you sitting there staring at me for? Bring me in here. Let's play with this. This is what you want?
Because I do what I want, lady.
You want me to beat you in the face with this toy? That's what you want.
Damn weirdo. Looks like there's 5 20 NLs. We're going to get on all of them if we can get seats. Or 5 50 NLs, rather. But we're just waiting. This is stupid. Let's see, can I... Why does that look like that? It looks weird. Is that on the edge? No, it's right on the edge. There we go. That looks a little better. Okay. Here we'll come. Here we'll come. Now I'm going. Just walked right
I
out.
heard the squeak and came in here to see what was going on and saw me play outside. I was like,
And he's like, enough of that shit.
it's okay, just leave it. No, just leave it.
The hell was that? This pair of rays got called a bunch of ways. That got called. That one got called. Check the end. Weird.
Ow! Juggling my boobs in there. Trying to set up lavender for this Benadryl to go all the way to my tummy.
It's there. You can lay down.
No. It is there, actually. I think it only takes 7 seconds. That is not water. Where is my cup of water?
Oh, started off at 24:41:77.
You didn't tell me where my water was.
It's wherever you left it. Okay. Guess this table's dying already. I think people are shifting. Jesus. Yeah, I think this table's done. What about this table? There's a good seat. Oh my god, dude, take longer.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yep. I'm with you, Sarge. Hang on.
Yeah, that one's done. What day is that wedding?
Saturday,
Date.
19th.
Let's see. Is there anything? 46 minutes. 22:44 at 115 minutes. So come in with 30 blinds.
Yeah, that Benadryl was working.
Huh?
So I think that Benadryl was working.
I mean, that's what it should do.
I wish I could handle headphones in my ears. I can't. Because of my nose being long. How come that happens?
It's their ear and nose canals are connected. It's all one thing.
How
Okay.
bad is it to have tinnitus?
I mean, it's... How do you mean?
Like, is it deadly?
No, it's literally the symptom is the condition, the sound.
Yes.
That's it. That's all it is the sound in your ears.
I'm so over it. It's starting to happen more.
I mean, it's a blood pressure issue. You don't have hearing damage.
I actually do have some hearing damage from working at Boys and Girls Club. The decibels being too loud. But, I was going to say, I only really notice it when I get really high.
Yeah.
Getting high affects your blood pressure? In a good way or a bad way?
It's neither good nor bad. It just lowers it.
Oh, so when it gets low is why I feel the ringing?
Yep.
You would think it would happen when it gets high.
No. The lower your blood pressure, the faster your blood is moving through your veins. What you're hearing is the blood rushing past your eardrum.
What?
Yes.
Are you serious?
I swear to you.
That's insane. That would stand to reason since I've always had pretty normal blood pressure.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Well,
it's pretty low.
I was saying, if anything, yours is low rather than high. Usually.
remember that one doctor's appointment? She was like,
Yeah.
she was like, we have to retake your blood pressure. And I was like, okay, why? And she was like, because it came up at like, I think it came up at 98
Yeah,
or something. And she was like, what?
You hadn't eaten and it was too early and, you know, you're fucking stoned.
I was like, oh.
I mean, and blood pressure can be an issue too, but it's just not something that you usually correct with, you know, medications. I mean, you do in extreme cases, but not, you know, nothing really.
So what happens when your blood pressure gets high? Like,
That
I've been
means
feeling like all the symptoms I've been feeling is because my blood pressure is high.
no. When your blood pressure is high, you have to think about it like this, like the thickness of your blood. So your blood pressure will be higher, when people's like cholesterol goes up and shit like that, because it means like, or like me with the, you know, I need to give blood.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the pressure, meaning like the amount of viscosity in my blood is, you know, so high that my heart has to work harder to pump it through my system. Now mine doesn't get to that point. I'm pretty good cardiovascularly, but that's essentially the idea. Your low blood pressure, I think, is related to the red blood cell platelet thing that you have, you know, which would really stand to reason. Ooh, aces.
I thought so. Like your high blood pressure would be as a result of having thicker blood because you have too much blood.
Not necessarily. Mine's really genetic.
But so like my grandma's high blood pressure, hers was because of
Diet,
the
history.
clogging in the heart valve.
Yes, clogging of the heart valves, right. Mine is just, you know, my dad just has it too, and my grandfather, you know, had it. You know, he died fairly young of a heart attack.
When you have that hereditarily, is it so it's not the same thing as having so you don't have clogged arteries?
No. That would show up. That would show up on the tests that they run for everything. But my
That's so crazy to me though, how you can still have high blood pressure without having.
it's just genetic. It's a defect.
You defective.
You know, it's like anything else. Some people get more than others. You know, it's like some people genetically live longer. You know.
Yeah.
That ace is either really good or really bad for my plate over here. Credible's gonna check. I think we're gonna go ahead and bet here. Yep. Buddy, you gotta knock that off. It's gotten to the point where I've just never believing any of his bets. I mean, granted, I'm a little wider, but I know how to defend against your garbage. If I make a 3-bet pre-flop, that means I'm stronger. No. The tinnitus thing, that's why I can't take Tylenol. Because of the inflammation that it causes and with my blood being that thin, I'll get the ringing in the ears too.
Wait, no, I thought your blood was thick.
It's not that I have high blood pressure. It's that I'm
producing too much blood.
I'm producing too much. I can never remember the name of the fucking things.
Plasma.
No, it's the because of the test. God damn it! It's like globulins. I forget what the fuck they're called.
Hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin. Thank you. That is the word. Which makes my blood run thicker. But for me, it doesn't get to the point where it raises my blood pressure. It just makes me feel sluggish, and I need to sleep more. And you know, as the doctor said, it's like having gummy worms going through your veins. You know, it's just not. You know, and you know, it can cause long-term problems. But I mean, you have to really ignore it. And the symptoms I can't ignore. I just have to give blood, which I should be doing this week, by the way.
Did you want me to remind you?
No, I'm getting texts now because they need O positive or O type bloods, positive and negative. They're like debt collectors for Dracula. Fucking ridiculous. They go. They really are like. It's creepy, man. They send texts out and they're like, "Hi, we need another donation from you. O positive blood. We'd really appreciate it if you'd come out and let us bleed you." It's like, Jesus. People are creepy. Well, this is going to cause a problem for me, but I don't mind calling here. I'm not quite sure what my buddy's going to do over here, but I do have a lot of equity. Yeah, I figure that. I'm going to go ahead and bet small here. We're obviously calling. Check this one. This table's all bugged out. That sucks. Jack's pretty good. I am going to bet it on the turn. That's interesting. I do think we want to blocker bet. I think if we get raised, we're in bad shape. Yeah, but we just take it down. I guess he was on a flush draw. It's kind of a weird board to have a flush draw on, but I did take it away on the turn by leading out, so that makes sense. That's a good overbet if you don't want somebody to draw. Picked up a jack. Don't love it. It's a good move if you have an ace to check back or if you have some kind of draw. I think we call one because of the heart draw on the back door. I do think we can bet here sometimes. Nice. No showdowns. No free showdowns, sir. I think he was just betting the king-queen gut shot, probably. But no showdown for you. Okay. Okay. Nope. Having a connection issue. Make the 9. They're gonna take 1 off. Okay, what the fuck? Ooh, pick up the gut shot. Should be betting a little bit heavier. And I think we don't bluff this one. I don't know if we get a fold on the river. I mean, he's supposed to have an ace. That's a very small bet. I kind of want to see this one because there's a lot of ways I win here. Alright, ace king's good. Apparently we're having connection issues. Oh. There's a lot of misdraws and I can win there sometimes. For Christ's sakes. Just gonna let him have that. What is going on, Twitch? Yeah, is your phone on the home Wi-Fi?
I just turned my Wi-Fi off because it wasn't working. But yes, it was on the home Wi-Fi.
Okay. Looks like it's reset. Oh, there it goes. It must be just local internet because a lot of tables got bugged too. And then Twitch went down. That is an obstacle I don't want to deal with.
Twitch went down?
Well, my stream went down and my internet got cut off and anything uploading. So, like, I was getting delays on my actions, but I could see all the actions of the tables. But the Twitch stopped streaming and it had to reconnect and it was a whole thing. And I don't know. It's a pain in the ass. It's up now. I do think we bet there on the king. And we can bet this 10. Pick up the open ender. And I think we check riv. 2 pair. 0 value. Way to go, sir. No value, no protection. Well done. Alright. You just got here. It's a crappy opening raise. I don't mind it in position. Ooh. Player checks, we're going to check back. King's a worst card in the deck. And check again. I'm not going to attempt this, I don't think. I think sometimes we can win. Hey, ace deuce good. I mean, I probably could have taken it down at any point throughout the hand, but it's a little different over here with this one. If this one checks over to me, I think we can bet. And I think we want to. Nothing too huge, right around there. This is my biggest issue. If this player continues, then we're more than likely beat. This player's probably going to call with overs. Nope, we just take it down. Nice. Anytime you drag a pot. 2 pair and a limp pot, I'm just going to lead right at it. I'm going to continue leading. There's no reason to believe anybody has king queen. And I am going to check the river and hopefully I get bluffed. No? I wasn't really afraid of the ace, but I feel like if somebody picks up an ace, they'll bet. So it's one of those kind of things. Probably should have bet again, but I think we do better trying to get bluffed there.
Sometimes I miss working at Madiska.
Why is that?
I actually really enjoyed the calls. Like placing orders for
That's true. You
the
did.
pharmaceutical stuff. Like I really enjoyed learning about that and talking to the people and, you know, taking care of their orders. That I enjoyed. I just didn't like having to deal with like 1,000 emails a day.
Yeah.
And that bitch Farah.
Yeah, she was a real pain in the ass. Doesn't have enough money unless we want to race it, so I think we just let it go.
Why do you insist on laying next to me and licking, Sergeant?
Ace
Stop.
4. Interesting. I think we can bet here. Check raised, small. I'm going to peel one. I want to see if he has follow through. If he checks here. So if I had ace king, this is a funny situation, because if I had ace king, I would raise here, because this is usually a 2 pair and nobody's betting the full house like this. So I would imagine he got counterfeited on this turn. I'm going to fold. He could have had queen jack for sure, but we'd have to just kind of jam right there. And obviously that's not what I'm looking to do. I think we can open the queen 10. No thank you here, no thank you there. We see the defend. I think we just check and look for a scare card. Yeah, I think we just win this one a lot, right? Jack high. Pick up the open ender. I am going to bet this one. Go for 2 streets bluff. I shouldn't be too many really strong hands. So, in position, betting fairly significantly. It's kind of hard to call with a queen if you've already checked it, so I like this little bluff. Those are the ones that kind of hold you off through downswing.
How is it okay to put benzocaine on your hoo-ha?
What's benzocaine do?
Numb.
There you go.
Well, I just feel like if you accidentally get it in your hoo-ha.
And it'll be numb for a little while.
Oh, sure.
Did you hear about the that gynecologist who got in trouble for using that stuff?
For using benzocaine?
Well, woman came in basically and asked for some help with an issue she was having, and he told her that it might be a little bit uncomfortable and she might want him to numb her down there. And she goes, okay, and he just leans down and goes, num 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 num.
You're stupid.
It's an old joke. I was surprised I was able to convert it to a fucking story that quickly.
That was pretty good. But I'm like also reading some of the other ingredients in here, and I'm just like, is that okay for me to put in there my hoo-ha? I mean, I guess Vagicel's a trusted company, but why would you put
Because people don't want to itch.
corn oil?
What's wrong with corn oil? What if it was olive oil? Would you have any other problem with that?
Hoo-ha.
It's the
I
same
would have a
thing.
problem with any oil.
But you use oil to moisturize your skin.
Not my hoo-ha.
No, but the reason why they're using corn oil there is so that it's digestible by your body.
But
Because it is a sensitive area. You don't use fucking what's that oil? My beard oil.
Wouldn't that cause a yeast infection?
No, not necessarily. It would depend on how your body reacts, but you wouldn't want to put like what's the stuff? The joba joba oil, you know?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to put that near that because that's not safe to eat.
It's jojoba.
Jojoba, whatever. I'm not religious. I don't know about the jojoba witnesses. I only see it written, lady. I look up for beard oil. Leave me alone. You're a jojoba.
Huh?
You're a jojoba. Sounds like somebody working at Java's palace. Yeah, local upload speed is slow, so if you guys lose me, just give me a little patience. It usually works itself out by like 9 o'clock, but I've been noticing this for the past couple days. So we see a min raise by a short stack in first. And I think we just want to get him committed, so we're going to make a big re-raise. Short stack here. So if he continues here, he should just be jamming. But he just folds. That's just silly. I mean, if you're going to play that short, like, he should more often be trapping me there than folding. But just kind of had a good feeling about it. Not bad at that price. Back to our flush draw on a 5. I think we can call this one, even though it's out of position, because I don't see this guy ever betting. Pick up the club draw on the turn. I am the most likely player to have straights, so I definitely could have led that one. That is a large bet, but I do think we're going to call it. I think we have chop and bluff outs. Yeah, you can have it. Nope. Could have gone for the raise on the turn and then the bluff river, but just didn't seem quite right. I'm going to check this one. There are some aces this player defended with, but no, he was just trying to get out value out of a 10. We're not going to allow that. This is odd. I don't think this is anything, but the problem is I have too many bad cards for me, so I'm just going to fold. Yeah, he's just going to go half pot all the way with, might have some pair, but he might have even had a flush draw and picked up the ace now. It's possible to have a 4, I guess. I don't see it as that likely. Right, it should be a pair. This guy should have raised. That's letting the deck do the work for you. It's never a good idea. I mean, that was just some donkey shit there. Full pot on the turn. I do think we... I didn't mean to call that. I meant to fold. I do think we want to take a card off. 8 on the river is kind of bad. So I don't think you bet top pair twice here. All right. Open ender. Nope. How the hell did they get it all in? Top pair. Oh, he was short. Pretty easy call. I don't think we can overcall. Yeah, he's just going to have all the 2 pairs. Love those button calls. I mean, sometimes we're just crushed here, but I definitely think if we had an overpair, we would just keep betting. It's kind of hard to call to make with 8s. Really? Did you actually hit it? Wow. Was not expecting that. Okay, you can have it. That's never a bluff. We know that. I don't think I would have paid it with aces. Yeah, it's a button call. There's a lot of pairs there. I think he actually nutted it at some point. I think he may have made a full house. We'll check this one. Not the king. Oh, I probably really need the 9 now to win. You got it. Okay. How about a 9? Not the worst. I think we can take 1 off. Check. Do you give up? He checks. I'm going to bet the river. He actually had a king. I'm shocked. Ooh, straight flush draw. I think we want to set up the river bluff. Obviously, if he jams here, we're not folding. But if he just calls, we're going to jam. It's a good bluff spot because we have pretty much everything blocked. So it's kind of hard to sniff out a barrel on 10 and L, but I think we did it. Like I don't think he had much of anything, but I definitely think he would have jammed the river. Okay. Deuces full. Too early position. I'm gonna let this go. This player bets 70 right at it and is called. I think we raise. I mean, with a better and a caller, somebody's got to have something, right? I know one of these players isn't smart enough to get away, and he's not going to put in any more money. I am amazed that they folded. Let's go ahead and raise the aces. Nines again. That 9's 4 times. It's back to you, buddy. Might have raised that too much. We should have made it like 3. Yeah. Check. Half pot, we can easily call that. Check. And let's check back river. I have now lost the pot with that king. There is no combination of hands that I beat there. Brings in every straight, every flush, and every overpair. That's a pretty bad card, and he's betting 2 pair or better. That's the thing. Yeah, you can raise that. Fold there. Don't always raise the king 9 on the button, but I think it's okay. This guy in the small blind is kind of irritating. I think we'll just check. And I think we bet the turn small. Well, I got called, and I don't know how much folding I'm getting done here. Yeah, when he hits the straight. It's so funny. That's like one of the few cards that comes off that really screws me. All right. Not running great on that. I'm not gonna mess with that. There's a lot of danger there if you even have ace-10. King-jack can easily be here. Top pair and a gutty, ace-10, jack-10. So that's the thing, you have to keep betting on that turn, though. Because when the river comes off, nobody's folding the straight. Ooh, I got another 50. We're going to let this one go, let that one go. I guess we have to call that one. Call. Check. Do I want to get rid of this one? Yeah, I do. Check for the gutty. And put this here. Okay. 10's okay. Queen's okay. It looks like such a bluff, I might get called by 2 pair. It's kind of a free shot. Haha. It was the doing it quick that did it there. Fold. Oh, this table's dead. I'm gonna check this one. Let that go. And move that over. Yep, 20 NL is dead. Ace is nice. Player calls. The 5 does make some straights. I think we go ahead and bet, get value while we can. Got re-raised. Don't love it, but I think we can call. Check. Pocket 7s? Interesting. That's why you bet for value. And we're going to get off this table. Check. This player betting small. I think we just float. We do have flush draw now. Yep, he's got the ace of diamonds, that's fine. It's possible to win here. Ace jack, ace 10 out there. Ace jack, jack 9. Nice. I'll take that. What did you have? 4-3. Wow, you are a creative player, sir. Fold, fold, fold. And we're going to get on these 10 and L lists because I would like to keep a bunch of them going if I can. Well, we got 550, so I'm very happy. I'll move this down a little. I think we can just bet right at the king. I think we want to bet small here. Ace on the turn is kind of meh. You win. Aces. So we see a min raise and a call. We're going to 3-bet. Let's go ahead and bet for value. I think we check here. We're going to go for a little more value. Three can be good sometimes on the bottom here. Nice. Not 100% sure what this player is doing. Yeah. So that's interesting. So he's in the blind. I don't know if he's going to go absolutely apeshit with 2 pair. I am going to call. I'm expecting him to bluff all rivers. Might have to make a really hard call. Yep, that's what I thought. Thanks, buddy. I'm going to let this one go. It's just my history with that player. And he's over there screaming that I'm an idiot who can't fold aces. And you know, but literally my notes told me about him doing that. So the hard call on the river was going to be depending what draw came off. I mean, now he did have an amazing draw, but he should have just raised the flop. But a lot of these players tend to raise the turn, which, I mean, I get it. Like, it kind of is more deceptive, but his bet is just so ridiculous because he didn't make it on the flop. It has to be so much bigger on the turn. Spin for the win. Checks. I am going to go for the bet right away. And we take it down. Nice. Don't 3-bet if you can't follow through, bro. Sorry to tell you. We're in the profit on the day so far. The only bad problem about this player is he has to get busted before he'll reload, but he's definitely the spot. I mean, not just for that, but for other reasons, but you saw how easy that was to logic out. And that's not an easy call to make there with 1 pair when the majority of the money goes in on the turn. And then, you know, it kind of creates a pot-sized bet on the river. But his math kind of led me to it because the amount that he raised was ridiculous, but it was also enough where it was basically half his stack, and then he gets to jam river for a full pot bet. So it's kind of the geometric betting style, but it's not really a great use of it because it kind of comes off too easily. It's too easy to see. I think we want to call here in a limped pot. I think we can check back. Sometimes he's got a 7. If he does, he'll bet. If not, he'll check. Yep. 7 is my biggest problem. He never has a king or an ace. 9s again. 5th time. I'm going to check. I mean, maybe we can flop a set at some point? Guess not. Why are 9s the thing tonight? This is tempting, but I think we'll just let it go because of the player behind. Okay. That's another 10-0. I'm in position. I am going to bet the draw pretty aggressively. And we take down. No, thank you. Still a lot of people in town for those tournaments. Multi-$100 buy-in tournaments, and these players are limping in cash games. Open limping. It's absolutely hilarious. Fold there. There's a lot of theoretical poker stuff where you sit there going, is there ever a time to do this? Is there ever a time to do that? And then that helps you answer questions later, like just calling that check raise on the turn and then pretty much being resigned to calling the river unless a club came off. You know, because we know he's on the draw. You have to sit there and ask, like, okay, is this one of those instances where this is a good idea? I'm still looking for the instance where it's a good idea to limp in early position. So we see a 3-bet. He doesn't have that much, but I think if we get the player behind to call, it's worth it. That's kind of a good flop. So we have 10 outs twice. That's 40%. plus what's in the pot, we have to call. Can't fold. Absolutely cannot fold. I know what he's doing, but we absolutely cannot fold. It's fine. It's one of those ones where I'm winning slightly on that play, so we have to take it. I'm going to do the math on it in a minute, because on the flop, he's all in for 30 to win 15, so it cost me 30 to win 45. I only have to win. Oh, it's definitely a call. It's beyond a call. And I know what he's doing, but it's just hilarious. I got mathed into it. Yeah, it's definitely a call. Go ahead and raise. Okay. Look at this big old raise. This player's been here too long for this to be bullshit. Easy out. We lose $4.61 with jacks. This guy just calls. That's hilarious. I mean, you can't fold, right? You're really going to fold ace king? Sevens. That's hilarious. Get a 6. You're the guy I want to have the money. That's fucking hilarious. It's funny because if this guy had folded, I was thinking I should jam. And he just leaves. That's great. I don't know why people do that. Maybe it's just a tilt thing. So you see a 3-bet from a short stack. So 675 to win 20. I need to win 67. If we add their money in, yep, it's almost even. Check. King on the turn. I think we do bet small. Not in the river is bad because of the diamond. And we just check. 6s is okay. Can't call here. Yep. Set of 5s, ace king. I'm gonna keep checking this one. Fucking short stacks, man. I think that's fine just to bet that and take it down. Obviously, there's a lot of cards we don't want to see. Alright. A lot of 3-betting going on. These players are playing like tournament, which makes it kind of easier. That's pretty good. Problem is, there's not much for him to have, but I do think we have to bet because anything that calls us will just be a draw. 10 on the turn. I think we just allow the draw. We just price him in. You can have 8s sometimes, but I think usually this is just like king queen. So we're not going to get paid, but might as well take a shot. If he raises, I'm never folding. I mean, he just has to have jacks to beat me, so. And nobody plays jacks this way. But you can have 8s and play it that way, honestly. Let's raise this up. I'm going to check this. I think we like the call here. I mean, check the flop, and then he's betting the turn river pretty big. I don't think that's a bluff. Okay. Gut shot, backdoor flush draw. Make a pair. Give that up to him. Pretty good day in the felt today. Got a 10% jump in my bankroll global and decent cash in ACR tourney. Got 4 times my buy-in back. Nice. Oh, god damn it, I got timed out here. Nice, man. So this player really likes to bet. I'm not sure. I checked that there. I shouldn't have. Nicely done, though, the boss. 7 on the river. Gotta have it. I'm gonna bet. I think right about there is fine. Maybe we'll get past the guy behind us. We're okay. We see a small raise. We are gonna 3-bet. This is not a great situation. This player's been here for kind of a minute. I'm going to go ahead and bet again. It's not a great situation, but it's not awful. So this player raised small in first. I mean, I guess we just go for the river here. It's hard to call with King Jack. So this player is all in now. We are going to call. 7's full. That's hilarious. It's $10. Nothing we can do. Called a raise and a 3-bet. And just priced all in. That was a nice 3-barrel. I like that one. It's annoying when that happens, but what can you do? Obviously, we're calling here. Disco bets again, I'm folding. Love the board pair. Ace in the river is okay. It's not great. If he bets, it's kind of worse. I think we just blocker bet the river. I think if we get raised, we're fucked. Sometimes we can get called and chop. Yeah. I just don't want him to bet too much and put me in a weird spot. Okay. Check, check, check. Hey, that's a 3. $1. I'm going to make it look like I'm full of crap by raising big. If he has jacks, he's just going to get it all. But it's literally just jacks. That's all he can have. Sometimes players will do this with overpairs. Sometimes they'll do this with ace-jack. Sometimes they'll do this with flush draws. You can even have ace-king. So if an ace hits the turn, we kind of love it. Come on, buddy. I don't think I'm folding here after this nonsense. So, I mean, I just don't think there's just way too many cards that can kill my action. Like any club or whatever. King's alright. Let's protect our king. Ooh, I got another set. I'm going to go ahead and bet. Get called. There are a lot of draws. That's one of them. I'm going to bet. I'm never folding to this player, so I'm just going to encourage him to do something stupid. No, he didn't bet the river. That's funny. I'm thinking about shoving the turn. Just a queen, huh? I'm going to check this one. I mean, if you 3-bet pre-flop and then you hit the ace, you would probably want to check the flop, right? He could also have kings. I think we just blocker bet the river. Sometimes he has like king queen and we just win. But I think this keeps us from facing a larger bet when he has queens. Hey, we take it down. Ace is okay. Ooh, that's a racist flop. Let's move this up. I am gonna bet small here. It's the call here that's the problem. I can't continue. 9 in the river, I'm gonna check. Maybe this guy will bluff. There are some 2-pair combos that he can have. Kind of depends how long he takes. And how much he bets like a fucking idiot. So, I think he nutted it, actually. I think we can check here. Let's go ahead and check. No. Let's check. My boy here loves to bluff, we know that. You're just going to keep bluffing, huh? He's compulsive. This is the guy who doubled me when I had aces. He's just so compulsive. Like, he probably doesn't even have outs. He had 6-8. Like, 6-8 suited, wrong, not in diamonds. So it's just like... I mean, I get it. He should not be betting twice, but if he had bet that flop, he just wins the pot. Let's go ahead and raise this here. Let that go. That's fine, that's fine. Chi-Chi and Courtney are snoring like a motherfucker. Check here. Appreciate you guys coming out. Keeps me from getting lonely. Fold here, fold here. I mean, oh, I thought it was only 50. I didn't see it. Misclick. Make a 9. I honestly thought it was just completing from the small blind. I totally lost track. I'm not going to try anything fancy. I just hope somebody bets so I don't have to show down unless I can win. Ace. I'm going to keep checking here. This player's a little compulsive. 2-pair, not bad. Okay. Good to know where he's at. I feel like that player's been bluffing quite a bit, but starting to get the feel for my range. Still a few hands I know I'm supposed to play, but don't always like the situation, so I just fold. Same here, man. I mean, you just saw it with the jacks about 15 minutes ago. Sometimes it just doesn't feel right. Like, and I knew that the player behind was overplaying and just making a move, but with the player in front of me, I couldn't continue, and sure enough, folded the jacks for $4, and the guy rolls over aces. You know, and then here's the thing, like, sometimes people think it's like you're making a mistake or you're
Maybe you got scared. Like that's the big thing poker players have, is they don't want to seem scared, you know. But in all honesty, sometimes your gut, you know, Doe Brunson talked about this in Super System. Sometimes your gut instinct is just a collection of educated guesses, which is really all you can make in poker. So when the education comes up, this guy is going to bluff it all off right here. When the education comes up, you kind of got to let it happen. Well, now he might win, because now he can have a lot of weird hands. This guy shouldn't fold a straight. Never to this player. I'm just going to call with the sixes. Yeah, this guy just totally bluffed it. The other guy could have had a flush draw, but I really don't think so. Yeah. I think we want to bet here to try to get some value. Sometimes he does have a king and we'll continue. Otherwise, we want to charge flush draws. I'm going to underplay this ace-king. That's not bad. I am going to check raise. It looks like what it is, but you still have to be able to continue. My smaller bet on the turn is kind of whatever. Whatever, bro. If you've got it, you've got it. 9-7. That's hilarious. Well, I was going broke here anyway. The 9-7 is a fucking joke. I love how he makes a full house. This is odd. Can I stop running into the nuts? Like, this is like the third time where I'm just in perfect situations and I ran right into the nuts. I stand by that, because how the fuck is he opening every 9-7? He had 9-7 offsuit. How the fuck is that possible? It's pretty good. Full pot. I mean, is this always a fucking overpair? The problem is the king, and he's not slowing down. So, can he fold aces at this point? This is annoying. I probably should have check raised the flop. I'd have an easier decision if I did. The king coming off is kind of meh. It's a stupid fucking raise. Alright, a little annoying here. I love when guys min-raise their post. It's like, oh, I actually have something. Well, then make a real fucking raise. Like, don't just do this to defend your post. Then you just call. Alright, a little active, little active. He's gonna go broke. First hand, right? I mean, he could have a set, I guess, but I think if you keep seeing aggression here, there shouldn't be one pair. Look at him snap call. I mean, just jam it in, man. Queen 10, King 10. Yeah. Just came in, sat down, and lost a buy-in. Way to go. People really think people are picking on them, but people only play their hand. And that King 10 raise, everything about it was perfectly fine. You can definitely raise King 10. You can definitely bet the straight draw. You should definitely keep betting when the straight comes. I mean, everything about that play was correct. And we're going to raise. I don't think we have folders around, and when this player leads, we're going to let him have it. He can have 10-jack a ton, but that has a lot of equity against me. And while he's tilted, we're going to let him continue to tilt. man is lit. I mean, I think if you have a value hand, you just bet. I wouldn't try bluffing this guy at this moment. I don't think I'd bet that big. Okay. That's just a miss and a half. I think we just check down. I don't know if anybody's trying to bluff this one. We'd be calling for a chop, so I think we would just fold. Yeah, that's a nice bet with a 5. Really, with anything, it's a nice bet. Got a king. I'm gonna bet small here. It's kind of a larger bet, but I do think we can call one. Look at the 6 on the turn. King in the river is kind of interesting. I think we look like we're bluffing, so we continue to bluff. Or continue to look like it. This is... man, these players are really, really looking to give up the money. He had King 8, by the way. I'm going to let it go. It was a nice little pickup. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not saying he shouldn't have called on the flop, but he definitely should have given it up on the turn. Ooh, that's a good flop. That's a good bet. I should probably raise him off it, but I think he actually has a queen. This player bet's kind of big. I think we want to just call this one. I've been too aggressive with these lately. Nine on the turn, not great. Kills my action. Five on the river. I'm going to bet half pot. I think if we get raised, it's kind of crap. Yeah, I think maybe he just has a 5 sometimes. Maybe we got the max there. He had 6, 7. Okay, so we got the max. Maybe we could have gotten more if we had, like, bet the turn. But the 7, 8 is kind of... I mean, it's good for him, but it should be really good for me. I should have all the draws. So, that's okay. Hey, nice to see all you guys. I appreciate you being here. Check. We see a lead from my buddy. Heart draw. 7, 8 or 8, 9 is possible. I think we want to try to keep the pot small here, so I'm not going to go for the raise too often. A lot of times he's going to have 2 pair. That's kind of a great river. If he checks, I'm going to bet. Because he's going to have a lot of 6, 5s and 6, 7s. And stuff like that. And I think if we take our time and then bet, I think we get good value here. Maybe he just had a 7. I don't know if he folds a king there. Yeah. Look at this, I'd have done it again. I almost called it too because I know he's fucking live. Look at him, he's gonna go crazy. Oh, perfect fucking card. I almost called it too. He's gonna go absolutely crazy. Oh, that sucks. I think he has one pair. I think I could have just hit call 3 times. Oh, that's annoying. Anyways, Jesus. Not a good flop for ace king. He took a while and checked. I'm going to let him check. I think we're going to go ahead and try to look bluffy. Get called. 5 on the river is not awesome. But I think if he checks, we bet. And I think if we get raised, we call. Or we don't call. Because he can have a lot of 5s here. Sometimes he has a raggedy ace. You know, that got counterfeited like an ace deuce or something. I think that may be what happened here. I think maybe he had the ace deuce. Ace 6, okay. I really thought he had 2 pair, but I guess... I mean, we did check the flop, I mean, so it kind of takes away from that story. I like betting the ace here. I mean, if we get played with, we get played with. I'm going to do the delayed c-bet here. And I'm going to bet the turn kind of small. I get called. 4 on the river gives me showdown value. I love it. He's repping the spades. That's kind of funny. Wow, how did this happen? Jesus. So this gets re-raised and called twice. I'm going to play big lick. Why not? Don't know how crazy he's going to go in a 4-way pot, so we may just get some good equities here. Pick up the open ender. I'm going to bet. And unless we're getting trapped, we should be able to steal this one quite often. Nice. That's a nice little pickup. I like that one. I think we can check here. And I think we want to raise this one. No, thank you. Check. Okay. Look at that. This is my buddy. He might just go for it with anything. Yeah. Hold. Nice. That's my buddy. That's my friend over there. See my friend? That's my friend. All these chips on this table are from him. He literally, he doubled me when I had aces, and he gave me the stack when I had jacks. I mean, his play isn't awful, but he's him. So I'm never folding to him. Now, granted, that was a set, right? I'm not supposed to fold a set when he limp calls. I flop a set and bet, and he jams. I'm never supposed to fold because typically he's going to have 2 pairs. He's going to have open enders. He's usually just going to have like king jack or queen jack, things like that. So he kind of had the best situation for him. Okay, well, he left. We are going to re-raise. We are very deep here. 5. Get called 3 ways. Check. I don't know if we can bluff that one. Yeah, he's a hero guy. Maybe I could have gotten it. So this player leads out for 2/3. And he's a sheriff, so we're going to let him have it. There's no more 50 NLs? So there's a couple players with 80 on this table. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to bet this one. Get called twice. The 9 on the turn is kind of the best card. So we're going to keep betting. Can somebody have Queen 10? Sure. Can they have 8s full? Sure. But we're going to keep betting because there's way more draws. And that's what we do. Hope to get up to 4 tables of 10L soon. Volume makes such a difference. It really does. When you realize that, you kind of, you feel like you got the whole world in your hand when you're, you know, getting up good volume. Because, you know, the old saying, volume cures variance, you know. So, like, if you take a beat on one table, you know, you make it up on another. And the more hands you go through when you're running bad, the quicker, you know, the variance evens out. I just wouldn't rush myself if I were you. Remember, go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. Don't go 1, 2, 4, 8. You know, just add one table at a time. And there's also a bit to be said about navigating between the tables. Like, you see me clicking all over the place, right? It's because I'm staying informed about what's happening on the other tables as I'm playing. But you can just not over-click, overlap your tables like this, and the table that you're in action on will just jump up to the front. Like, watch, I'm doing nothing, right? Now this table jumped to the front, this one over here. So it's like, that's why I like overlapping them. I think we just check. We can be outkicked quite a bit by like Jack 10, King 10. And I don't think betting serves much purpose here. We even see some bluffs that we can pick off. I think the check is the only move. 3-4, Queen Deuce. Like, nobody's, you know, nobody's going to not bet a 10, you know. And sometimes players will bet a 6 and we win with the 10. So this player leads at me. I am going to raise. He's usually leading one pair. It's a 10 and L, so who knows. He can have deuce 4, sure. He can have 3-5. I do think if he wants to re-raise, get it in, we will. But see, a lot of times people are just trying to bet at a scary board. And when you have the ace, you might as well just take it down. Like, there's no reason to call here. Like, you're only allowing someone a chance at showdown value on you. I think we'll just raise this one. I'm going to limp that. Usually I would raise it, but this is kind of a player, you know, friend of mine. I'm going to check. Raise this one. He leads out for half pot. He's 2 per short. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to let this one go because of the re-raise. Reopening the betting. See a 3-bet from my buddy. He's out of position. Let's play with him. That's a lot of 9s. I think we'll just call and hope there's no heart on the turn so we can get the money in. I'm just going to call. I think that's the greatest run out of all time. Unless he has King Queen. Wow, he might have really just had King Queen. I'm going to go ahead and raise here. I mean, if my boy has pocket 4s or something here, I'm going to get stacked. Because ace queen jams. Ace king with the king of clubs sometimes jams. King queen jams. Got 3-bet by my buddy again. You gonna do it again? Now you're pissed now, huh? I think it's fine to take it down there. It was a small raised pot, and then he c-bet small. I think it's okay to do. My hand looks like a set, sure, but I think that's okay to do there because we don't want our friend getting too crazy. You know, we want to make sure we keep control. That's a 4 in a 4-way pot. I am very aggressive. If he has an ace, I think we'll get quite a bit of a money here. I am going to bet. It's a limped pot, so I don't think an ace will give up very quickly. We do get called twice. I'd like the Queen of Hearts, please. Ugh. Shouldn't be any ace queens out there ever. Queen of Hearts, deuce of spades. Is my friend going to go for something here? 8 on the turn. We're just going to continue value betting. Really? Okay. If you got a set of 8s, good for you. Ace 8, that's no good. What makes you think that's good? Really? What makes you think that's good? Fast play is the new slow play. So I'll take that money. Hey, 4s again. Ah, being is so cool to hit another set. I think we fold here. That's a stupid small bet, but we're going to let him take it because I probably need a 4. It's only 9:30. These tables shouldn't be slowing down. Full. Check. Five. Oh. Queen on the turn. This moron might try to do something, but he shouldn't. Yeah, my buddy's really dying to get rid of his money. If he thinks those pot bets are going to work, he is wrong. I like raising a few hands in a row and having aces on the second one. Come on, buddy. I'm picking on you. You know I'm picking on you. I don't have good hands. I'm just picking on you. Picking on your blind. I thought he was going to do something. Ooh, I got aces again. I raised this player before, 3-bet him before. It's funny, I had aces also. He folded that one. Hasn't done much since then, so I think we get this one in pretty easily most of the time. Queen's nice. I'm going to go ahead and bet. Check here. Get called and another queen comes off. Is there much point in betting? I'm not sure. I think sometimes he has draws. I don't think we're folding. I mean, he's just floating all over the place. Like, He won a couple pots from me before I've really figured him out, and then he's just floating everywhere. This player re-raises. I think we just call and get the money in on pretty much every flop. That's not a great one, because he can be afraid of me having queens, but he's going to do it with ace-king, so it's fine. Modern poker theory. Do not have a 4-bet range. Yeah. Okay. Save this one. No. Hey, look at this. I'm almost to elite status. 13 days into the month. Makes a big difference when you play higher. Go ahead, buddy. It's betting way too much, way too quick, but there's a lot of ways to get bluff there. Okay. Check, check, check. Fold, fold. Oh, I didn't mean to call that. I misclicked. Now I really look like an idiot. I misclicked. He called me with Jack High. Look at this dumb bet. Like, this guy is... I mean, he's got a hand, but it's super vulnerable. He might have, like, pocket tens. No, thank you. Hey, lots of people here. Appreciate that. Ooh, that's a full house. I think we just want to call this one. I would 3-bet a lot, but elites on a half stack, so I think we just call. This player leads right at it. I don't think we're doing much but calling here. He may have rivered something. I mean, if he has ace-3, I'll puke. Yeah, I think he rivered the straight. Did you river the straight? I'm curious. 10 jack. He paid me off with 1 pair. Well, I got a straight and an open-ended straight flush royal draw. Can we see the 9 of spades? This guy's the most likely guy to have the flush. I mean, this is such a horrible spot to bluff. Look at my king good. Look at my king good. Right, you had the ace. You were full of crap. That's hilarious that my king is good. Ooh, I crossed 2,500. Man, I was stuck like 150 at the start of the session because of those beats. I mean, it's 3 buy-ins. I get it. I'm only up 2 now, but still. It's nice to see those numbers coming up. Am I up 2? Yeah, like 1, or like 1.5. But still, I'll take it. It's better than being down 3. This is fun because that is an under raise. So I think it allows for over calls because we're not going to see too many 3-bets unless it comes from the initial limper. And I don't think the raiser is usually that strong. I think he's testing. He was trying to see if this was going to happen. So, yeah, he's never going to call. I mean, that's just hilarious. limp jammed in second. Look at this. This now should be a strong hand. Or better set a hand that won't fold. No, thank you. Check, check, check. Is he going to do it again? Just called. It's kind of weird. I think we do bet. It's only weird because it's 3 players, but I think we just try to represent the queen. Yeah, we're losing some bit rate. So this player took a long time and then called. He's only been sitting for 2 minutes. I'm going to check the turn. I'm going to check this one. I'm going to fold that one. I'm going to fold that one. I'm going to check the turn, or check the river here. I'm going to fold this one. It's $3 on the end. I mean, is this ever just like an ace? Yeah, he's got a king. Yeah, we can check down and the ace is good. Remove me from that. Check. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. Local internet is kind of fucking up. It's not me. My actual internet connection is strong, but the upload speed is getting throttled for some reason. They must be working on something. So I appreciate your patience. Like, my download speed is good, so I'm seeing all the actions coming in, but then when I act on the hand, it slows down. It's like shit, and then that's when Twitch takes a shit. Just dropping tons of frames. I think we check. I think we check again. And I think we check the river. I mean, yeah, it's kind of sheriffy to call that. I could have like bet the river. Got a gut shot. I'm gonna go ahead and bet it. Backdoor flush draw. I fill the gut. I'm gonna bet small. And the river comes off, and I'm gonna bet if he raises, it kind of sucks, but I think he just snap calls with ace jack. I want to say ace jack. Ace 10. Wow, that is wide, sir. That is kind of... I mean, ace jack is kind of my minimum. Maybe I'm a little tight there. But I raised that pre-flop. Those are the great ones, because I can hear him on the other end of the computer going, what a lucky asshole. That's what I am. I'm lucky. So we see a pot size bet and a call. I think we're just going to call here. What are you doing? Look at this. Look at this. I mean, I was going to raise the flop. But now we're just invulnerable. I mean, unless he has jacks, it's like whatever. But I don't think he ever does. This shouldn't get called much. He's just going to have flush draws. If he jams, I'm calling. Nice play, bro. Like, he's only going to do that with a jack. Oh, he made fives. He got running 5 jack. Oh, that's funny. Well, I don't think it comes out any differently there if I raise the flop because he's got the pair and the flush draw. That's funny. There's just no reason to fold there. That's odd. I'm going to let that go. Check this. Call that. Fuck. Check. 10's good. Queen. Look at this. Pick up the gutty. That was annoying. He hits runners. I love how he checks the turn. And then 3 outs. Like, you could bet there. I'm going to raise this one. Okay. It's this player behind that's fucking me up here. Because I don't think I want to fold to this guy too often. But with the player behind, it's kind of rough. I'm just going to check and see what happens here. We obviously don't get any action out of anything that we beat. Look at the 5. This fucking idiot. I am going to bet this one because I do have the Queen of Hearts. Take it down. That's kind of funny. Did the other guy have a queen? No, the other guy had pocket 9s. So if I had check raised, I would have won it. But it's just kind of funny. What is that? Interesting. Dude, there's no chat. Just go ahead. Fold here. My buddy likes to flop. Okay. 10's okay. Big pot bet up front from our friend. This call behind is odd. This player does like to call second pair, third pair, so we're just going to check call. The king's kind of a great bad card because it sometimes goes check check, but I think if this player bets again, we have to get out of the way. He checks. There are some king 10s over here. Yeah, you got it, bro. He's doing this with 2 pairs. I'm gonna get all that, by the way. I think we can bet this open ender. Get 3-bet by spin. I don't think that's a great idea, bro. Check this one. Well, we obviously aren't folding. Make the jack. Check, check. We obviously aren't folding yet. And I'm going to check the river and hopefully he bluffs. Didn't fall for it. I think he's just got ace queen or ace king. Maybe I could have went for it, made it look like a bluff. He had pocket kings. I should have bet the river. I made a very big mistake there. Ace jack good. Yeah, I made a very big mistake there by not betting. Yeah, that's kind of super bad. Because I just didn't figure him to have a pair. Like, why would he not continue betting? I could easily be on the flush draw. He bets half pot on the flop and then just gives up. Like, he's not supposed to have kings there. I mean, if he bets the turn, how easy is it for me to call? It's not very. It's just not very. I mean, I want to play pots with this guy. And these are the kind of hands I want. Little sneaky ones. Little straight and 2 pair makers. I don't... I guess I should have bet the river. It would have looked like such a bluff. I mean, maybe he's just scared and he always thinks I have pocket deuces. But I should have bet the river. Open ender. What's going on with this table? I think it's dead for me. I think we need to get on different 10 and L. Nope. Yeah, players are dropping out. This table's glitched. So we'll just get off that. Call. I mean, this is just silly. He's done this so many times. My man is going to get smacked. Look at this. Wow. Should I be calling this? Wow. Okay, 350 to win 20. I mean, technically double gutter, but that 10 jack can definitely be there. Pocket eights can be there. I don't know if anybody bets, though. Look at that straight. I think we just bet half pot. Sure, 10 jack can be there. Pocket eights can be there. I don't think 10 jack raises right now, so I kind of feel better if somebody raises. Calls. River comes off. We are going to check. Could be pocket 10s or king 10, but I think we just win a lot here. And nobody's going to take a shot, right? Yeah. That was a nice one. What did everybody have? King 9 and pocket 7s. I think we got the max. That's hilarious, man. Like, I mean, the dude's not wrong for squeezing, but he's just gone to the well too many times. This is fun. My buddy play, but I'm going to let him go. I love that gut shot coming right off. Shame the jack came off on the end because I think, I mean, if a king comes off, I'm definitely making some money. Take that seat. No thanks. Sure. For a wee little bet. Ace isn't bad. I think we're gonna bet for protection. Yeah. I mean, what value do we hold in checking in a three-way pot there with that many draws? I don't think much. I don't want to have this much on the table, but the effective stack is basically a buy-in. So I guess I don't mind it. And I don't want to have less tables. And this table seems pretty passive. Like, that was a great bluff spot for somebody on the river when I had the 5-7, but nobody took it. Don't get me wrong. If this guy jams, I'm not folding. Look at Irish. Watch this one. He's going to slow roll it. This is fun. Spin, you're going to the 3-bet too much. Yeah. Now you're just dead. Case king. You needed the case 8 and he got the case king. Oh, don't tell me this shit fucking went down again. No, it didn't. Open ender now. Speaking of open enders, we can definitely call. 6 is better than the ace. 4 is okay. I do think we check. Ace is nice. Sometimes he has the ace. No. He was just 100% full of crap. Okay. We just check here. Just keep checking. Yeah, I was going to say, unless he has a 6, we're usually good. Check this one. See my buddy play raise. I'm going to go ahead and re-raise. I don't mind this too much. I'm not going to bluff. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and bet. Take it down. Guess he's just playing ABC. Hey, we're up 2 buy-ins. Ooh, Boski's playing deep. Deep on a Sunday. I mean, who folds to this guy? This is just a jam. How do you call? Unless you have aces, how do you call? Watch him go apeshit. Ooh, jackball in the roof. I mean, Irish has all this now? That's crazy. What the fuck just happened? How did he get all those chips? How did he get all that money? Holy shit, he tripled the next hand. The next hand, he got it in like this and tripled. He got it in on this board. Look at this. Wow, the worst player has all the chips. That's great. I mean, you see the purple tag. You see a 3-bet from a player who just got here. 5, please. That's not bad. Ace is bad. He checks the river. I am going to bet half pot and get called by every ace in the deck. You should have bet the turn, bro. Pocket kings, and he called. I think we can almost jam there. That wouldn't have been good. No thanks. King's not bad. It's a limped pot. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I'll let your ego have one. This is my first hand on this table. This is kind of really awesome. When we see a limp and a raise, it's kind of really awesome because we look like we're just coming in and overplaying. Ace on the flop, we check. If he bets, we fold. It sucks because we look like we're overplaying, but he's still going to overplay an ace. You win. Check. Don't think we want to fold yet. My buddy's a little tilty. Check. Checking the river. No bluff? Wow. Queen 10. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm not supposed to have a lot of aces. He has good showdown. Okay, I'm with that. That's a nice one. That's a good check. Let's see. I'm still getting a feel for no limits, so I won't be adding tables just yet. Probably smart. I just know 2 is starting to get slow. Okay, I've played 4 before, but not of the same game. I think, here's the thing, when you're playing all the same game, it's actually easier because you don't have to adjust your thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always play, like, all the same format. Like, I won't play 6 max while I play 9 max. I don't play, usually, I mean, on WSOP it's a little different because you can just ignore the tournaments for the most part and play tight for a very long time. Look at this. But usually I don't play tournaments when I play cash. This fucking guy is hilarious. I mean, I don't know how these people are folding to this guy. He's just a maniac donkey. The min raise is not the thing, bro. You're going to get 3-bet way too often. Now, even knowing all this, okay, if he had gone super big, I think we would not play this. There it is. Yeah, we're going to let this go. This is more likely to be a good hand than a bad hand. Play, you should not have re-raised this one, man. You're going to get pounded right here. The call is hilarious. The min bet, just ripping it, right? Over the top. I mean, he's not going to give it away, but he is going to play very overly aggressive. I mean, this bet, I mean, this just screams strength. I mean, I know it's very sus, but I wouldn't be raising one pair here unless you're willing to go versus a flush draw. Well, maybe he's more obvious than we think. I think we just bet here. Sometimes we just look like we're full of crap because I did raise pre-flop. I can have just the ace of diamonds. See what my buddy does. Sometimes a 6 goes off there. I don't know if we bet the flop if it comes out any different. I am going to re-raise this one. Ace 5, I think we can check it. Fold. Wait for my buddy to bet. $10 on the turn, not really a problem. Get re-raised by my boy. Do we want to get it in? I mean, he over-raised the tits off of it. So this is a pair. This isn't aces, but it's a pair. I'm going to let it go. I think a lot of times we're just looking at a chop. The river is inconsequential. We're going to bet and try to get called by a 10. No. If I had had 10s there, I would have jammed on him. We are going to raise my buddy. Okay. Don't raise so small, you're giving up the value of your hand. If he bets now, I'm not going to raise. I mean, I do seem very aggressive to these players, but I'm really just playing my hands kind of normally. My buddy spin 3 bets. I think we'll just go ahead and call. He's very scared of me. I think we check. I think if he has queens, he'll bet. I think if he has kings, he'll bet. This is kind of sus, but I'd have to like go 15-ish. I'm going to let it go. We're very deep, and I definitely think I can get it all from him. I just have to wait for the right spot. Like, I don't need much showdown value, but I definitely need him to be in a position where he feels like he's comfortable. So, bottom 2 pairs, something like that, versus the top pair. This is how you get him. I mean, you just don't let go. You just hold on to a pair. Like, he just gave that dude 135 blinds with top pair 8, no kicker. Just because the guy just held on. He probably just check called the whole way. On the flop he led. And on the turn he led. And on the river he jammed. That's hilarious. That's kind of not the way to play that one. But it worked. Yeah, it was a raise and a small re-raise and a 3-way call. And the guy just went for it with ace-8. He just went pot, pot, pot. That's funny. I mean, my man is just gonna... he's gonna go apeshit now. I mean, if you have a good hand here, you just call and wait for this guy to just flop his money in the pot. I love that he's on my right. But yeah, I was going to say, when the game seems slow, you might want to add one. So we see a lead out and a call. I definitely think we have to raise here. Sometimes people are leading 2 pair. But it can also just be like, well, if you don't have anything. And I think we have to raise because of all the draws. Kind of sucks because he kills my action, but, you know, short stacks. You're funny. All right, I'm going to let it go. It was an improper raise pre-flop. I misclicked it. Yeah, you can have it, bro. Alright. He's gone. That's annoying. Fold. Mind. Oh, there's Irish. We may see the small 3-bet here. Wow. I got the gut shot to the straight flush. I don't think we want to raise. Ace on the turn is funny. It does help us sometimes. I'm not folding. I think I get paid all the way off here. Ace on the riv is kind of odd. I'm going to bet. Let's see what he does. Of course, he's paying me off with every ace, right? This is why you draw improperly versus some players, because they pay off every time. Kings. He paid me off with kings. I mean, granted, my timing says that I was on a draw, Yeah, I want to get more sessions in them, and I will try to add tables. Haven't had a big downswing yet, so I'm preparing for it. Don't think like that, man. You don't have to experience a downswing. You can experience getting unlucky, but it doesn't mean that you have to lose. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways to counteract that. This is weird. Okay. He probably has 7-9, but I think we're going to face river aggression, so just let it go. There's a lot of spots like that, man, especially when you're playing, 50 and higher, where you feel like you have the best hand a lot, but you know that there's going to be a river bet, and there are a lot of bad cards for you, so you're just like, fuck it, I'll just give it up now. Like, there was like 12 bad cards for me there on the river. Check. This player takes a minute. We're going to go ahead and bet. Not too crazy, right about there, I think. Best way to get called is ripping it right now, by the way. He calls. The ace isn't bad, necessarily. I'm going to check and call river bets, depending on how much. I think I'm good. Wow. Worst player ever. Like, with $6 behind, he should have just jammed it. Even on the flop, he can jam it, right? Because you want me to fold chops like ace-king. Like, that's awful. That's just way too short to... And then once the bad card for me comes out, I just check. It should be better for my range, but knowing what I know, I just go ahead and check. I drop my coaster. So this player on this table is getting kind of annoying. He's not been here for very long, but he's making some very aggressive moves. He's only been here for about 4 minutes. It's not a good spot for him to be directly on my right, because I'm going to stick him for the whole pile. Like, there's just... Keep this up, man. It's a matter of time. If he stays on the table an hour, I'll clean him out. Unless he gets lucky, of course. I think we'll just keep checking here. I mean, gut shot, but it's not a great guy. Look at the deuce on the river. Look at this. That guy Archer went crazy. I told you he was over-aggressive. I do think we raise. That deuce doesn't complete any straights. There's a lot of two-pair combos. 3 deuce, deuce 7, king jack. We can actually call a re-raise here. Can't re-raise. Yeah, because he can have a set of 3s. Can't re-raise because he can have a set of 3s. Can't have a set of 7s. And he did play it very incorrectly. But he got the money, so there you go. Ooh. 2 5 6 6 5 6. Yeah, I want to get more sessions. Try to add tables. Yeah, you don't have to think you're going to have a downswing. I mean, downswings. It's a good thing to keep in your mind that downswings are inevitable, but they don't really have to be. Like, if you just are running bad, you can just stop. You know what I mean? Now, granted, I've gone through some major downswings because variance bunches up on everybody. But not so much in cash, right? Like, tournaments, yeah. Tournaments because, like, one hand ends your experience, you know? But with cash, if you're playing good, like you saw it, like the beats come and go. I was down, like, 3 buy-ins at the start of the session. Now I'm up 2 and change. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, it just happens. But it's not like being in a tournament where one bad beat, like, just puts you out of the tournament. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't, tilt your face off. You don't really have to experience too much. That's kind of why playing cash games is great. This is a very large open from the button, but I do have a very premium hand, and I am going to flop the flush. Really? I'm doing this to be a jackass. I just really want to know where he's at, and if he has the ace of diamonds, he's not going anywhere. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Double gutty. How about a deuce? 7's okay, but I'll take a deuce. I mean, these pots are way too big for one pair. Really? Okay. Call. Check. Check. Fold. Check. 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 What an idiot. He's too short. I can't call. Fold. 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 Okay. Really? I'm losing frames again? Alright, we want off this table. And we want to get on some others. Fold. Check. Fold. Nope. Nope. Fold that one. Fold that one. Okay. Look at this. This player is going to give it away. Get 3-bet by Cat Bro. I think we just call. He bets 2/3 pot. I think we'll just call. He bets 2/3 on the flop. So he has to have aces, kings, or jacks, right? So he bets 2/3 on the flop. It's so close. I'm calling. Aces. Queen. It's so close. I've seen that player overplay way too many times to fold there. And being in the cutoff versus the button, it's kind of a trap. Nice hand. Yeah, it's definitely a trap. I mean, I'm at the tip top of my range. I mean, what can I do? It's fine. His monstrous bet on the flop is the thing that fucked me up. I mean, he shouldn't be betting that much. He should just bet half pot. And I mean, he got it all, but I guess here's the thing. He put me on a good hand, but when I have a good hand and I call that flop bet, that huge bet, you're basically gambling that I don't have jacks. That's basically all you're doing. Is this ever an ace? I don't know why you check the turn when the ace comes off. If I didn't have the 6, I don't think I would call this. Oh, that's why. That's funny. I knew he didn't have the ace. He didn't have a 5. With the 6 in my hand, it's far less likely he has 8-6. That is annoying. Just feel like I've been lucky so far at 10 and L. Why do you say that? I mean, that's just so brutal. When he's on the button with aces, I don't think I'm supposed to fold there. He's just going to be overplaying ace. I mean, even ace jack can do that. Like, yeah, I really don't think I'm supposed to fold there. I'd say I'll put it through a solver, but that's stupid. You know, at 100 blinds. Yeah. We're not supposed to fold that one. It's just one of those things where he has to have aces or kings and or jacks, and he's not. I know this player. He's not 3-betting jacks, and his giant bet on the flop should only be the ace king or the ace jack or the king jack, and I've seen him do that with king jack. So he got a little rebate, but I've definitely taken more of those situations from him by calling. So I think it's fine. I mean, I know it's fine. I think we want to just call this one because this player is going to overplay his hand because it's suited. If it was offsuit, I would raise. This kind of causes a problem. We can definitely call, though. Check. He's going to spaz. Yeah. It's fine. This is the hand I want. Flop a floosh. We see a raise and a call of a very small bet. We are going to re-raise. A lot of times this goes, the original raiser folds and this player jams. We obviously call that. I think we just bet here. Try to get some money in the pot. Diamond draw is okay. We're going to check it. Spade on the turn. Not great. I get re-raised. Minimum. Interesting. You can have it, man. Huh. I don't think we fold. King's okay. I'm going to check back. There's no reason to raise. Ace high is good over here. I think we can bet reasonably here. I'm just checking to get called by queens, really. Sometimes he's just got the monster like the ace king suited. Really? 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 Yeah. Right? Yeah, because that makes sense. Dude. The fuck is that? I mean, that's why I'm checking the flop, to be perfectly honest. That was a nice hand. I mean, because you're not even jamming the if you have the queen with the queen of spades, you know, pocket queens with queen of spades, you're not even jamming there. Like, you're just not doing it. Like, I have zero worry when that happens. It just makes no fucking sense. Chuchi is fucking getting it. You were actually a little louder than him a couple minutes ago. He's a tired boy. Okay. Open enda in a limp pot. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a good play by him. You know, the made the straight. I think we just bet in case he's on a flush draw. Sometimes he made two pair right here and he raises, but no, he just has nothing. That was a really nice hand, though, with the ace-king. Like, there's no reason to bet the ace-king. That's the thing. Like, he already opened small and then re-raised me. This is somebody who got scared with aces. Yeah. Yeah, this player opened small with aces. Got called by the small blind only. Flop comes off. They go check, check. Look at this. They go check, check on this flop. The small blind leads. He min raises 4 on the river. The guy jams $50. How are aces ever good here? That's hilarious. We just check. No. Fold. Do we want to 3-bet here? This is my buddy who had the queens and opened this way. The guy from that ace-king hand. Yep. Check. Okay. And the cutoff, I don't mind this. Flop the gut shot. Well, we're going to take a free card. Ooh. I think we just check this one. There's too many players here. Yeah, just let this go. Five on the turn. I think we bet big now. Unless we're up against a pair of eights. I think we're good, but there's going to be a lot of draws. I'm going to check. He doesn't have to have a club draw. He can definitely have diamond draws. I think I got the max. He had queen jack with the diamond draw. So I probably could have gotten a little more. This player leads. I think we want to raise right at the 6-8. We're not folding. Our boy's never folding an overpair. Yep. Hold. Nice. I mean, that's how well you can know players. Notice I didn't say queen. I said overpair. That is how well you can know players' tendency. He makes one bet, and I'm like, oh, he's got aces, and they are no good. And that's why you raise. But it's funny too because he doesn't go broke there with the queen, but his timing and tempo just kind of screamed that he had an overpair. I think we can call one. Okay, scaredy boy. Me and Brad gonna play a big one. I'm gonna lead the jack. Get called by spin, get called by lucky one. There are a lot of draws out there. This raise is dumb. Oh, I really thought it was going to come ace deuce tray. Look at this check raise. These morons fucking calling. Sometimes somebody's got an ace. Really? Okay. People are getting a little rowdy. Hey, I've got elite status. That's a good flop. So is that one. Jesus. We're going to raise. 8 on the turn. I'm going to bet half pot. Probably going to jam all rivers. Unless he jams here. Am I ever dead here? I wasn't sure if I was dead or not. If I'm live, I can do it. All right, unless this guy has ace 9, I think I might get paid sometimes. Checking the turn is smart if you have ace 9. Yeah, maybe I guess I should have raised the flop because he can have flush draws. That sucks with the 9-6, but whatever. I was just trying to figure out if I was drawing dead or not, and if I'm live, then I should absolutely do it. Look at this. I'm going to lead this one. Same thing, combo draw. This is tempting, but I'm going to let it go. I'll take it. Ugh. I think we can open the king jack. No. Got 3 bet. So he's only been sitting for 4 minutes, so he doesn't have any reason to be tilty. Let it go. Out of position is just not good. Raise, raise. Look at this. Sure. Look at how much problems I avoided. 3's full. The dude fucking gives it away with kings. Why are people checking kings? I just don't understand. Check this one. Check again. I think we actually can call some river bets. Yep, that's why. Okay. 2 pair. I think we can lead now. Oh, where's my 10? We're going to check the river. And we're calling our boy here just because we want to give him action. I mean, he's drawing dead, calling bets for no reason. action. These stacks are getting kind of deep over here now. So I may want to get off this table. This small re-raise is stupid. This player's too short, otherwise I could call it. The min re-raise is just so dumb. On his first hand at the table. I think we can bet here. I like holding the king of clubs. Like, I mean, that's just dumb. Yeah, that's a good takedown on equity. Not bad, not bad. I think we want to raise. Player's first hand. Sure. Eight chips. This guy's very short. We're just going to call. It's a 3-bet versus a full stack sometimes, but being this short. I mean, spin, what are you doing? You love to 3-bet. Okay. Jacks, all good. Oh, great. You kept yourself from winning any money on the side. Congratulations. Look at the 7 on the river. Check, check. See, if this fucker hadn't jammed, I bet you we would have gotten there. I think we can bet now. Like, if this guy hadn't been so short, I would have called that bet versus a player who called that re-raise. And then we would have gone check, check, flop. He may have bet something on the turn. And on the river, I end up, I call the turn bet. And then I end up making the full house. And it's just one of those ones where a short player fucked it up. I like that takedown over here with the king-queen. That's one people can easily overlook. I have a lot of money on these tables. I kind of want to leave the 50s. It's 10:40, so half an hour is going to kind of tell the tale. That's not bad. I'm just repping a 10, really. Yeah, it's better off just to protect there. You can have a lot of two-pair combos that are very confident. I don't think we fold just yet. Ace on the river is fun. Can he have king 10? Can he have queen 10? I'm not going to bluff at him. Yeah, he made it. And I don't think he's folding the two-pair to me there. I mean, he really shouldn't. I think that's about the only way that hand can go. No. Look at this. This guy is going to give it away, I'm telling you. This donkey shit is just going to get him busted. He's the only reason why I'm still on that table. We are going to raise that stupid bet. Look at this. Top pair just fucking gave it away. That is hilarious. And when he leads, this guy can feel totally confident in the top pair with the ace kicker. I told you he's going to give it away. It sucks that I didn't get it. I mean, he's still got 65, but... Look at that. Really? Huh. I think this is a lot of draws, but obviously I don't have any showdown. I mean, I could call it, but I think if I make a pair, I'm kind of fucked. No. I'm gonna let it go. Something weird there. I think that's gonna be it for me, guys. I'm gonna count it up in a second and see where we're at. I'm just gonna play the last couple here. Oh, congratulations, you have received elite status. Now you can enjoy more benefits. New status updated once you close all tables. Well, we've closed all tables. Hey, look at that. Oh, hang on. There it is. Look at that. Elite. So now we get the good point conversion. That'll mean an extra like 40 or 50 bucks a night with the amount that I'm playing. That's really nice. It's been like between 10 and 15, but let's see how much it's worth. So Elite, you get 12.5 multiplier. The big one is the silver. You get 10x. So you go from bronze to silver, you get 4x to 10x. So this is about $15 to $20 a night. I'll get an extra 25%, so we're talking 20 to 30. Nice. Nice money. What does this one do? 16x. That's the 200 APPs a year, or 20k APPs a year. That's what? 1,000, like 1,500 a month. I mean, that's very doable. Now, wait a minute. What is it? 20,000 APPs divided by 12 months. Let me see here. 20,000 divided by 12 months. It's 1666. I'm actually going to get it very easily. So that'll be nice. I'll be able to use the Champions Lounge in Caesar's property, so that'll be fun. So ended up at 2559.04. Pretty good. We started at 2,441, so made like $118. I mean, it wasn't great. In all honesty, the games were a little wild. I'm going to end the stream here and send you guys off for a host. The Boski's running deep, so we'll send you to him. Please stick around for the host. It means a lot that other creators know that I'm sending to them. And yeah, I may come back in a little bit if these games stay strong, but it's kind of late and I'm a little tired and I do have family in town, so who knows? If not, I'll see you tomorrow. So have a great night, guys, and hopefully we'll see you in a little bit.